Yo guys and girls, and welcome back to Dr. Dave. So we're going to be doing a PC rebuild today, so stick around and enjoy the stream. Right, suppose we best get into it then. Right, so let's jump over to the live screen. Right, here we are. So this is the old PC case with everything still inside. Just bear with me a minute, guys. Right, so let's get the side of the case off. Show you what's inside. Don't know how well you can see it. So 1080 graphics card. There is 32 gigs of RAM, a small 120 all-in-one water cooler that's coming out because it's shit. My lighting kit, which is the NZXT Hue, rainbow cables that I bought from a company called Shack Mods. I've also got an M.2 drive just back there, see the white label. So, right, we're going to start stripping this down and start putting it into the Core P5 case, and along with the 360mm all-in-one water cooling system that I bought. That was from Cooler Master. So let's get underway. I don't know what the quality of the stream is going to be like because I'm currently streaming off of Jade's AMD piece of shit, but it gets the job done, I guess. Is it not? Offline, so happened. Yo guys and girls, and welcome back to Dr. Dave. So today we are doing the PC rebuild. So what you're looking at now is my NZXT case with all of my components inside. So give you a quick look at the rest of the stuff that is currently in this case. So we currently have a 1080 graphics card with a 120 all-in-one water cooling system. I don't know how well you can see this, guys. We've got 32 gigs of HYPERX RAM. We've got some custom cables that I got from a company called Shack Mods, and the NZXT Hue lighting kit that goes around the perimeter of the case that you can see in the stream. So yeah, let's get underway and start tearing this down. So sorry if the audio's a bit on the shit side today because I'm streaming off of Jade's PC, so we'll have to wait and see to what the quality comes out like. Right, so let's start taking this apart. We're going to start by taking the graphics card out. So this 1080 graphics card's been in here for about 2.5 years, along with most of the components that are in this computer. It will be due to be upgraded to an i9 and a 2080 Ti at some point in the future. So I've done a few upgrades on this PC since I've owned it. It started off with only 16 gigs of RAM, and now it's at 32 gigs. It's also got a an M.2 drive. So here's the ASUS 1080 graphics card. You know, like I said, it's been in there for 2.5 years. It does me really well. You know, it's got enough ports for me to stream. So like I've got 2 display ports, 2 HDMI and a DVI if I need it, but I don't run 5 screens, I only run 4 because it is quite unnecessary to run 5 screens. So yep, that's the graphics card is out. Yo Zaki T, how's it going? I'm gonna have to pop out the chat because it's hiding behind the webcam. This is making you sad. I'm sorry, Zach. There is not a great deal I can do about that, but let's say I did try and help you the best I could, and you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. I couldn't do any more for you. I wish I could. Now I can't see the fucking video. Right, hold up a sec. Where's that? So I can see both. Right. So we're going to take the 120 rad out of here. Well, then that's not needed any longer. As far as I'm aware, the water has got quite low in this particular. That's why I've opted for the 360. Let's say the picture might be a bit juttery when I'm moving around a bit quick for the webcam to catch up. Like I said, I am currently streaming from Jade's AMD PC, which is not in any means a streaming. But the case that this is going into is absolutely massive. Gados, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. So the Core P5 case is absolutely massive, and it's just going to swallow everything that you see in here. This new case is just going to swallow it up. It's going to look probably absolutely ridiculous inside the new Core P5, but the reason why I bought it is because I'm going to be doing a full custom water loop once I upgrade to the i9 and the new motherboard. I'm doing a custom water loop build with all hard tubing and all of that sort of stuff. Can you have mine? If I had a spare one, Zach, then I would quite happily send you a PC. Right, we just need to put that in there for a pig to undo. Ratchet screwdriver. Ever fucking. I have to grab a pair of pliers. Bear with me, guys. Fucking thumb screw. So annoying. Go round. That's one undone. She's disappeared out of the room for the minute, Zach. I don't know what she's up to. I don't know if Harley's woken up, but she is feeling proper under the. It's gone from like a little bit of a cold to a full-on being unwell now. So yeah, she's not doing too well. So Lacey's been off school for the last 2 days, unwell as well. So I mean, if you are going to buy a water cooler, you know, most manufacturers say that these water coolers last anywhere between 3 and 5 years. Don't ever listen to the manufacturer's suggestions 3 to 5 years on one of these water coolers. If you like your computer enough, you know, you'll go out and buy a new cooler and not leave one of these in the machine for a long period of time, because the water does evaporate, and when the water evaporates, that's basically kissing goodbye to your. Lucky enough, I caught mine early enough to salvage my i7 7700K. This is the HYPERX RAM that I'm using, HYPERX Predator RAM. These are DDR4 8 gig cards. I've got 32 gigs of RAM in currently. Whole computer have a rebuild. Are we still live, everybody? Say this is really weird for me to see, because I can't bloody see anything. I can't see Streamlabs. I can just barely see the chat because the text is so small. This is not like being on my computer at all. I can see the delay, how much delay there is within the stream. It showing on. Actually see that it's very delayed. Right, so that's all the thumbs off. Cool. CPU looks up before it can go back in. Metal on the CPU, as you can see. Liquid metal's not done too much of a bad job keeping the computer nice and cool. Right, nice one, buddy. Right. Right. So what's next? Got the USB header. Also got 24 pin. Well, got the SATA data cable. Those only need 3 because we took the other SSD out and put the shades piece. Essentially take one of those out. Don't need that. NZXT currently using for my LEDs. Actually, start there. There's the NZXT Hue control box. Excuse me. Right, so what we're doing next, I presume we should really take the lighting kit out of the case. Don't let RGB light kit. Our wire. Back. One the extra USB USB card, because the PC didn't have enough USBs. Ended up buying an expansion card to go in. This held enough for extra in this one. So this just a cheapie off of the internet, but it's held up its end of the bargain, you know, as cheap as it was. I think it was only probably about £10–11 for this unit. So yep, done really well to keep up with the demand amount of USBs that I've had inside this machine. Right, I suppose it'll be fans out. Right, so take the this was one of the original fans that came with it, with this case. It's one of the NZXT. Oh, you guys can't see now, can you? Might be able to along the way. Told you. Dusty. Right. Goes in and looped around on itself like that. I do not know. Wow, yeah, this fan is definitely a tad dusty. That is definitely a bit dusty in there. Remember, kids, don't let your PCs get dirty like that. So, I mean, yes, My has got a bit dusty over the time, but I've been waiting for this day, so right, this is going to be quite loud, guys and girls, so please do mind your ears. Yo, Daddy Chipmunk, how's it going, buddy? Right, like I said, this bit is going to be pretty loud. Sorry if I'm deafening you. Right, here is the fan mesh. This goes in front of the fans, so when you have a front air intake, this stops all the crap getting in past your fans and into your machine. So yeah, these things are great. I mean, they're just held on by magnets, as you can see on the back here. There's a couple of magnets. So if you have got any like kind of open fronted PC like this, where your fans are exposed, then I would definitely recommend going to buy a sheet to go in front to stop all the crap, you know, like this just sits in there, magnetizes straight to the front. But as you know, we're ripping it all apart and we're going for the P5 case, which is almost like an open test bench style case. It is fully wall mountable, which I am planning to do later today. If I can find a bracket when I go into town, then the PC will be going up on the wall. I'm all good, Daddy Chipmunk. Thank you very much for asking, bud. So we are currently tearing the PC down. Hopefully we should be back together probably by about lunchtime, I'm hoping, so then I can jump onto the bus and go into town and go and do some shopping and have a haircut. So yes, I've been keeping my hat on stream most of the time because I need a haircut and I just haven't found time to go out and get it done, or the barber that cuts my hair hasn't been at work. He's currently been out on holiday, jammy bastard. So yeah, hopefully today will be the day that we finally get my barnet chopped. Right, where's this cable go to? Realise that about what fan blades they are, because I know that I've got two SPs, silent profile, or that could be static pressure. So I'm guessing these are the static pressure and normal. I'll have to have a gander online at that later on. Not that I actually need any of these fans, because I've got nowhere to put them by the time the new water cooling unit goes on. Right. Well, you will have them once I put all the stuff into this case. Right, guys, these rainbow cables, I don't know if you've... They're a bit dusty. I don't know if you guys have actually seen these on the stream. But these are the custom cables that I had made by a company called Shack Mods. And what you do is, on the original... I don't know if you can see this as well or not. This is the original 24 pin connector that I've got in my hand at the towards the bottom of the screen, and then you buy this extension and you just literally plug the extension onto the original 24 pin lead, and you know, this is the bit that's visible inside your case. So these rainbow cables is the only bit that you'll see. You hide all the rest of the original cable in the back of the case. So yep, for a set of cables from Shack Mods, so I have the 2 graphics card cables and the 24 pin, and that cost me £38 for that. And you could message them. They're on eBay, I think they're on Amazon, and they've also got a Facebook group. You can actually go onto their website as well, and you can ask them for any color cable that you actually want. Like, so it's not, you know, you just have to pick colors that are available. Because when I originally picked these cables, you know, they doubled up on the colors. So instead of going purple, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, it would be that there was another blue and another purple on the opposite side where the red and the orange are. So I had them custom make my cables. Like I said, they were only £38, which I was very, very happy to pay. You know, buying a sleeving kit and then doing it yourself and all of that sort of stuff, it's a lot more aggro than I wanted. That's why I passed it on to another company for me. There we go. Right, so this cable that's coming out here is the 6-pin motherboard power. Well, they just rung box and they can't give me compensation again. Did you tell them that you was going to cancel your order, Zach? I think they're taking the absolute piss, mate. Yo, Andrew, how's it going, bud? Right, so... Go, Megan. Right, I don't know how much of this that you can actually see right now, guys. I'm sorry. Right, and here is, if you can actually see. Right, so here is the extensions for the graphics cards. So I've got a 6 and an 8 pin that go round to my 1080 graphics card. And as you can see, here is the 24 pin connector. And here is the graphics card cables. And exactly the same thing, I said to the guys that I wanted these cables to, you know, each 2 lines to be a different color, and these match up perfect when they're inside the case. Just going to unplug these as well. 1, 2, get these up out the way, and then I should really unplug the necessary plugs that are inside the case. I mean, you guys ain't going to be able to see this bit. Cables unplugging are very, very small. Hard to see. Single pin plugs for like the on and off switch, reset switch. Poke all of these back out through the case. Be a case of getting the motherboard out. How will you stop arsing around and get out of the case? To say, before you start doing things like this, you do seriously need, if you don't know a lot about computers, there are some very, very skinny leads that go to the power switch and so on and so forth. Do not be fuck-arsing about taking it apart without knowing what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing and you do get hold of one of the small pin connectors, then you can seriously fuck up the rest of your computer. You know, you've got to make sure that you plug the pins on the right way round and on the right pins and that sort of stuff. I'm not surprised there, Zach. I would be well, to be right. So we're now gonna unbolt the power supply unit. The power supply unit that I chose was the RM850X from Corsair. This is a fully modular power supply, and if you don't know what modular stands for, modular basically stands for that you don't have to have all of the cables plugged in if you do not require them. So you can modulate what cables you need and what cables you don't need. And say I don't actually have all of the cables plugged into this power supply, because I only plugged the ones in that I needed to power, like the graphics card and motherboard and things like that. Where with a standard power supply, you would have this big fuck off mess of wires inside your case, and you may not necessarily need all of them. So as you can see, this is a little bit dusty in here as well. Not too bad, considering this power supply unit has been inside this case for, like I said, 2.5 years. Let's round so you guys can see a little bit better. And don't inhale when you've just wiped some dust off of something, because it will make you choke. Right, so like I said, here is the power supply unit, and oh, fucking, that's tight. So that right there is the difference between a modular and a non-modular power supply. So you can see all of those plugins right there. So normally you would have like one hole coming out of like the top corner up here or here with just a mass of cables on it. But because I chose a more expensive power supply that's modular, this gave me the option to be able to just plug the wires in that I actually need. So that's the power supply out the way. Case of just unjumbling all the relevant wires that are inside the case. That one. That's the power supply, the lighting unit. Part of it. CPU motherboard. OLED unit. SATA cables. SATA data in. Three or four SATA data. SATA power. This is what I'm saying about, you know, do not be playing around with PCs when you don't know what you're doing. I mean, if you can slide this a little bit closer, you know, these little pins here, you can actually see them. I don't know if you can or not. These tiny little pins here are your reset power switch and all of that, and you bust one of these, then that's it. You might as well just throw your case in the bin, unless you know how to solder these pins back onto these leads. This one's for your HD audio, and this one's for all of your buttons: power button, reset button, power LED indicator. You know, you can seriously, you don't know what you're doing and you do something wrong, break one of those, then your case is good as knackered. You might as well just chuck it in the bin and fucking start again. Right, so inside this case, the first hard drive that we're pulling out is a 1 terabyte Fire CUDA drive. Screw. Fire CUDA. So, if you want to know the difference between a Fire CUDA and a Barracuda drive, a Fire CUDA, which is this one that has the orangish label, this basically is a hybrid drive. So this drive is half SSD and half a standard hard drive, where the Barracuda model, so we've got the Fire CUDA with the orange label, which is a 1 terabyte drive, and then we've got the Barracuda, which is the green label, the fully green label, and that's a 4 terabyte hard drive. So we've got 5 terabytes here, but like I said, this is a cross between an SSD and a standard hard drive, and the Barracuda is just a standard hard drive. In my opinion, Seagate Barracudas have served me well for many, many years. I do really enjoy using the Barracudas over anything else. But my second option would be the WD Blue drive, which we've got here. And also inside on the motherboard, we've actually got a WD Blue M.2 as well. So we've got, you know, the two of my favourite hard drives, which is the Barracudas, the Fire CUDA, well, any of the CUDA drives really, and WD Blue black and purple are great drives as well. And you know, I always try and stick to things that I know, because at least that way, if something does go wrong or something does break, then 9 times out of 10 you can figure out the what the problem is, instead of buying all of these random shitly built parts and then you wonder why, you know, either your PC's not working or it's not working as well as it should be, etc. Right, so it's now going to be time to actually pull the motherboard out of this case. The case is so light right now because the only piece that's left inside is the motherboard. So this case isn't going to go to waste. This case is going to actually go to Jade. Jade had all of her computer stuff inside it. Dusty. My phone as a torch. Yeah. You know. You're not at work today, Beck? Right, so they're all undone. One of these might not. Guys, take your time with this bit, especially. Right, I think that's it. Bastard. Yeah, Megan, I'm all good. Already. That bloody time. Fucking. Guys, these screws for this motherboard are so tiny. So careful with. I mean, look at these. Tiny. Oh, there goes one inside the case. Catch that. Yeah, there's the motherboard. There's the WD blue M.2 drive as well. Right, so that is one PC case stripped. Grab them little motherboard screws out of there. Oh. Right, got a bowl. Put these screws in. Find these last little suckers that have fallen in the bottom of the case here. Right, so this is a good old faithful PC case, and she's out of there. I need to make some space. This other case is absolutely massive, ridiculously massive. I didn't think. When I said this thing is massive, I was not over exaggerating. Say, like I said, this case, you know, the camera can't even pick up the whole bloody thing. So yeah, this is, you know, comparison to my hand, you know, this case is absolutely ginormous. Right, so first things first would be to, I've got to actually take the case apart, stored inside it. So remember, this is going to be mounted onto the wall as well. Yo, solder. You know, this is the large version of the E-Core series that Thermotake. Say I was going to get the P3, but then I thought, well, what's the point of buying the P3 when later on down the road, when I get the i9 processor and all of that sort of stuff, space to add new stuff. Yo, Jack. No, this is just a new PC case and a new water cooler at the moment, solder. But this is the wall mountable P5 case, and like I said, I did not realise it was going to be this big. And Thermotake have supplied something that I was hoping would be supplied with this case, and this has made me a very happy bunny. So inside here is a ribbon riser cable. Yeah, so this is a ribbon riser cable, so instead of my graphics card having to lay flat inside the machine, the graphics card can stand up. So, you know, I'm over the moon that they've actually supplied one with this case, which is really shocking because these ribbon riser cables can be very, very expensive. And for them to buy one case is amazing. I'm well chuffed, to say the least. Right, as you can see inside here, you've got 1, 2, 3 hard drive trays, so that's great. And then obviously you've got your little grommets where all the wires come through from the front. So let's get into this other box. I'm just going to need to grab a knife. Inside this box, what we got? We have some sort of bracket, plastic tubing of some kind, right, that must be... There's cable ties and screws in there, so I'm guessing that's for the back of the PC tray to hold everything together, hide all the cabling and all of that. I think that's the power supply bracket. This is obviously where all of your graphics cards and stuff go. Another tray. Oh right, this is going to be the bit that bolts to the power supply unit. Another metal rod with some screws. and another metal plate. Right, so we're going to get bolt on other cable tops. So not quick release at all. So where did I put the hard drives? They're over here. We'll presume that these pop out. Slot this in. Right. They've supplied these like little lugs, and what you do is you put your hard drive in the cage, and can you see? And you pop these little lugs back in the side like that, and that is what holds your hard drive into place. Yeah. Hard drives goes down, then you've got to actually take the whole thing off the wall, and you know that could be a bit of a palaver, but I guess that's what I'm gonna put hard drive 2 and 3 in as well. It is massive, isn't it? But it is going to look absolutely stunning up on the wall though. Well, you'll go for the P3.
Yeah.
I think two. Shoulder said hello, Jade. Just dying little griever at the moment. Yeah, we don't need to destroy them. In most of this, so that needs to go on the side of the motherboard. They need to go on the base of the motherboard. So you've been hiding, soldier. Right, so that's my 3 hard drives so far. Figure out how to build the rest of this case. Be a bit of a learning curve, I think. So hard drives are all in. Hope that mass of wires through there for a minute. Round. Right. So the next thing, motherboard placement. Probably help if there was standoffs. See, bag screw here. Screws for more. Stand. Don't know what these this rubber pads for. And the back. Hard drives are all back of it. Won't see it. Other than that. Have some apple juice. All right. Anybody else melting? You might hear a bit of background noise now, guys. We've got the windows on. You been good then, Solder? If all of this goes to plan, Solder, you're going to come and join us on Wreckfest on Friday. I know that you guys missed out on a Wreckfest session the other day, so we'll get it back underway, eh? Good. No worries, Solder. We'll hopefully a couple of hours. Well, got about an hour really. That's the time I set for myself to get this done. Was by 12 o'clock, but I don't know. It might be closer to probably 1 o'clock. But I have got to definitely go out and have a haircut and all of that today. I can't not do it. So if I have to stop this and come back to it later, then so be it. Yeah, because I've got to go and pick up the bracket that actually hangs this thing on the wall. About that, won't be using the computer anyway. So when I first looked at this case, I never imagined it being this big. Also, guys, if you are going to build a PC, when you put the motherboard, make sure you have put the standoffs on the case correctly if they're not already installed, because the motherboard will be touching the case and you'll end up short circuiting the board and how's your computer holding up, Solder? I know that you had yours sent away a little while ago and getting it fixed. Got Farm Sim 19. Yep, that's fine, solder. We what I'm going to plan to do is I'm planning to do my own farm on, you know, do a farm on the PC instead of hiring out a dedicated server. I will farm together that we can all play on Wednesday, running straight off of my PC, and pay out for a server. Now you've got the game, it'll be great to get back gaming again, solder. You know, it's been a while. Like, I just make balls up. Not sure if I just ballsed up here or not. Yeah, true. It has been a bit empty lately with people, and it's been like very quiet. Yeah, it certainly has, solder. Everybody's still on the 5M hype, and you know, 5M. It's fun while it lasted. Put this motherboard on without putting the backplate on. Now it's got to come back on. Yeah, I haven't played 5M. I might go back on it at some point, but we'll see. Not in no rush to go back on it, to be fair. Got other things going on. Right, babe. That water cooling. There's a silver bracket that goes around the pump head. Back plate. Well, can't believe it's got off again. That goes around the wall. Yeah. Screws that hold it on. Yo, Bubba. How's it going? Where you been bloody hiding and all, you old git? On the front of the pump, the logo has to sit sideways with the text the right way round. You've been ill? That's because you've been hanging around with that bloody leech. Sucking the life out of you, Bubba. Yo, Shane. Oh. Great. Read. Yeah. Question. Mark Armstrong. Gaming lead told me. Yes, he does. Mark Armstrong has our old server on 5M. But it's northeast. Mag RP. No, I haven't actually been gaming for nearly a week. Haven't actually turned a piece. What? Well, to be fair, Bubba, with the amount of fucking problems I've been having with my computer, I haven't really been able to stream or anything like that myself. So I know exactly the feeling, mate. Yeah, say Chris and Sniff are now deving for Mark Armstrong. So, yep, certainly is. So it's called Northeast Mag RP. Well on the men now, so hopefully be over. Good lad. Are you doing a totally new? No, it's a new case and a new water cooler, mate. The CPU actually got up to 99 Celsius. You could have cooked an egg on it. That is how bad it actually got. Yeah, so it wasn't much fun. Right, I think that is the right configuration. Board. So stick it back. I wish it was a full new build, Bubba, but that will come in time. So this is the case that I originally wanted. I say I didn't realise it was going to be half as big as it is, but it's here now, and I'm dealing with it. So now this is the big annoying bit about these. Cool. Still got a double-sided sticky. No. Got none of that carpet tape. Where's that? Right, what normally happens with these boards is when you stick the back plate in. You know, you put the back plate into the corresponding holes, and you know, normally the back of the case would add pressure. You can't see that, can you? The back of the case would add pressure onto this, so when you're adding the bolts and the top faceplate on here, but the only problem is, as you can see, there is a cutout right here. So this back plate, when I put a little bit of pressure on it, the back plate's going to fall through the hole. We're just going to add a little bit of double-sided tape. We actually get some rain today. Oh, blimey, you actually got some rain out there. What are you asking your mum for Christmas, Solder? Yo, Terry, how's it going, buddy? So the stream is a little bit slow today. We are using Jade's PC, so the stream might be a bit juttery, especially if we move around a little bit too quick and the camera can't keep up and all of that. So, but the audio should be good because we've got the Blue Yeti over on Jade's PC. Not really, no. So we are currently trying to put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of the water cooling block. Show you a way we could do it, Jade. Yeah, we can mount it now, Jade, it's fine. Better.
That guy.
Right, so for you guys that haven't seen the water cooler, here is the water cooler. It is massive. You know, this is a 360mm rad. So by the time this goes on, compared to the 120, the 120 was that big upwards. So, you know, this is a lot bigger and a lot better. Right. So we're going to mount the motherboard back to the case. Back off. way this case actually pressure on the back of the motherboard to hold the motherboard block stand in place. Well, they do a good thing, mate. They keep your board, you know, you keep your CPU cool, and they are very, very good. I mean, I've had a water cooler inside mine for the last 2.5 years, so I say everybody's different, mate. Some people don't like water, some do, and for me, you know, running an i7 7700K gets up into C, then you certainly ain't no other way round it. You're asking your mum for red. Red what? Oh well, it's pretty straightforward, mate. Somebody at the door, or parcel. Oh, it's an Amazon Prime van. I didn't order any more parcel. Way that they blast on the door phone. Oh, a rig. Definitely best be where then sold up. Rigs, the rigs are in the region of about 500 to 600 quid. So let's get down on your knees, beg, boy. Loads of bloody racket. Parcel box. Right. Oh, is that my little Hoover?
Done.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. So I bought myself this little Hoover to obviously hoover off the PC, hoover out the keyboard and stuff. Little mini portable vacuum cleaner. Cool, isn't it? Right, can I have Peter's kitchen? And people say that liquid metal is an arsehole to get off of a CPU. Well, I mean, you can see right here that I managed to get it off perfectly fine. And yeah, don't be doing that while I'm in the stream, eh? The RAM. Sorry about random PC. What? What's that? I was going to upgrade mine, but decided wait till DDR5. Well, you'll be probably waiting a little bit of time for that now. No, DDR4. But I already had 16, and Amazon had another 16 on offer for 80 quid, so I was like, yep, I'll have that. So would. But we're gonna have to go through blocked. Right, minute. Right, remember when applying firmer paste, only a size. Don't need to go absolutely crazy with it, but it spreads. If you go mad with it, it makes a giant mess. So, in this, what is better? thumb screws to hold the pump CPU. Up evenly. Button down. Now, don't try tightening. Being said here. Right. Now this is open. Probably would be about right. Bolts. Right, so we've got some big and some small bolts in. So I'm guessing the bigger ones go through the face to hold the fans in place as well. So this will look very nice when it's all done and complete. all of these fans have all anti-vibration rubbers on them as well. Right. 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 Now comes the next hard bit. Language coming from children. Highly. That's first screws mounted. So you can kind of get an idea of what's going on now. The PC built inside. Right. That's that sorted. So now you can see where the water block's over here, and obviously the radiator's right there. Cleaner. Can you guys actually see that? Okay. Yo, Shawnee, how's it going? Do bracket at the back here. We'll presume it's going to be these. ones. Thicker. I said you out on my Discord and shared you. Ah, cheers, Soda. Much appreciated, bro. I know. Hi, Shawnee. Ah, wrong. My graphics vertically to the horizontal. Yeah, man. Shawnee's been around in my streams for a long time. Ain't you, Shawnee boy? Doesn't talk very often. He just comes in and says hello. But he does stay till the end a lot of the time, even though he doesn't write in the chat. He is still always there. So I am going to have to go out in a minute, lads. I'll have to come back to this a bit later. Bit of jiggly and fiddling, get into place. What have we got? I think this is the right screw. Much better. Right, so that's going to sit like that. tilt the camera up a little bit. So that's what she's going to look like, guys. But unfortunately, that is literally all I have time for, because I do have to go to town, go and get a haircut. Harley needs her hair sorting out, and I need to go and buy the bracket to actually mount this to the wall. So we are going to have to call it a day here. But as you can see on the table right here, this is the rest of the stuff that needs to go back into that build. There are a few bits that won't be going back into the build, but hopefully by the time we come round to streaming at 7 PM tonight, I should have some nice pictures of this PC. So thank you very much for joining, everybody, and we will catch you all a bit later. As always, I've been Dr. Dave. You guys have been amazing, and we will catch you all another time. So Shawnee, Solder, Shane, anybody else that's left in, thank you very much for joining, and we will catch you all later. So bye for now.